tudi na razpolago seveda slovensko stiskalnico in imajo na madžarski kliniki in so navdušeni, pravijo, da je veliko boljše kot vse, kar se gleda do zdaj, ne? Potem imamo Andrej Kočufo, našo gostjo, ki je v bistvu oblikovala našo knjigo, tako da ostanete video. Potem bi rad pozdravil še Aleša Miklovca, Jane ne vidim. Zdravanje. Aleš bo danes navdušen na novico. Kaj misliš, kater sokovnik gospa Beata uporablja?
Čekaj.
Angela.
Angela? A res?
Jep. Tako da boš reklamna možnost. Ok. Potem je seveda še Mateja Hebar tukaj med nami, ne? Potem še... Ona piše čudovito bloge, zelo priporočam. Tak blog, ki se ti dotakne srca, pisale o Gersonu terapiji, piše tudi v ostalih drugih nivojih. Potem imamo seveda še Sašo Vodovnik tukaj, ne, z knjigarne Zdaj, ki je tudi od najbolj srčnih knjigarjev v Sloveniji, tako da še več vas je tukaj, ne mi zamer, če bom kakšnega spustil. Imamo še športnika Tilen Suhadolnika, njega moram še omeniti, no. Ko je on v bistvu kot vrhunski športnik, dobitnik kolajn na teku, ko je pri nas šel, ko je popil Sokrac od Gersona, pa ko je vzel niacin B3, je v bistvu totalno spremenil obraz in takrat se je zavedal, koliko v bistvu teh športnih umetnih kemikalic zaužil in koliko mu je to škodovalo. No, takrat je postal zelo fan od Gersona, tako da toliko za enkrat, no. Se opravičujem, če sem koga spustil, vas vidim še nekaj znanih obrazov. Ste že zdrav? Imamo tudi našega dragega sodnika med nami, ne? Tako da, zdaj bi pa predal besedo gospe Beati Bishop, please. Uživajte!
I'm very happy to be here. Oh God, we have to have it again. That is so good.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, I'm very happy to be here and thank you for inviting me. I want to talk to you about something that's terribly important for all of us, here and now, today, which is the following. Oh, sorry. Of course I can.
Gospa je zelo zadovoljna, da je danes tukaj z nami in se zahvaljuje za povabilo. Danes bi z vami podelila nekaj misli na zelo pomembno tematiko za tukaj in zdaj.
Human health has never been challenged so badly as it is now.
Torej, človekovo zdravje še nikoli ni bilo v takih težavnih okoliščinah, kot je to trenutno zdaj.
You know that we have a global problem with climate change and overpopulation and all the usual stuff. I won't tell you about it because you know it anyway. But particularly for us in Europe, where the consumer society is highly developed, human health is under attack from many, many sides.
Ne bo govorila o tistih izzivih, ki jih dobro poznate, kot je ogrevanje, vendar se bom osredotočila na izzive, posebej tukaj v Evropi, kjer je družba uporabnikov zelo razvita in je posledično zdravje človeka napadeno z različnih strani.
if you think that the whole history of humankind is that long, what happened in the last 200 years is only that much. And during that tiny, tiny portion of our whole history, the world around us has changed enormously, and it is unfortunately the changes against us.
Torej, če si predstavljate zgodovino človeštva, da je na taki premici, je zadnjih 200 let zelo majhen del na koncu, in v teh 200 letih se je naše okolje spremenilo, zelo spremenilo in nažalost v našo škodo.
We as human beings have developed over millions of years, and we lived in a natural world because we are part of nature, and that was suitable for us.
Torej, mi smo se razvili kot človeška bitja skozi milijone let in smo se prilagodili, smo bili del narave in narava je nekaj, kar je nam lastnega.
And the changes in this very short period of, say, I would say 200, 250 years have been so enormous in every possible way that our bodies didn't have a chance to adapt and to live in this new way.
V zadnjih 250 letih se je okolje tako spremenilo, da mi kot naravna bitja nismo imeli priložnosti se prilagoditi tem spremembam.
This is not noticeable immediately. I mean, we don't all go around and look very ill, but what is happening is that our immune system, which protects us from all kinds of problems, starting from the common cold to cancer, this immune system is now overburdened.
Spremembe v okolju ne opazimo takoj, torej ne hodimo okoli vsi bolani, vendar so te spremembe bolj na subtilnem nivoju, predvsem je ogrožen naš imunski sistem, katerega naloga je ščititi naše telo, vsega od navadnega prehlada pa do raka. In ta sistem je napaden.
And that's why we have this quite remarkable situation that basically we should all be terribly healthy because we don't have the great epidemics anymore. We have hygienic, sorry, I spoke yesterday for 2 hours and I lost my voice, do forgive me. We should all be terribly healthy and we are not. It is a contrast between what we produce for ourselves. We open the tap and the water comes out, we switch on the heating and the house is hot, etc., etc. So really we should be fantastically healthy and we are not.
Torej, morali bi biti vsi zelo zdravi, zaradi tega, ker ni več velikih epidemij. Doma odpremo vodo, pipo in iz nje teče čista voda, odpremo radiatorje in smo na toplem. Torej bi vsi nekako morali biti zelo zdravi, vendar temu ni tako.
So on top of all this, we have pollution, we have polluted air, and we all have to breathe, so unless you live in a forest, you do get a lot of stuff through your breathing. We have polluted water. The soil itself is partly polluted, partly robbed of its nutrients, of its humus. And on top of it all, I'm just building this up. I don't want to frighten you actually, but we have to face the facts.
Torej, imamo različne vrste onesnaževanj, če začnemo že pri vodi, ki je onesnažena, pri zraku, razen če ne živite v gozdu, gre veliko zraka skozi vaša pljuča, potem pa imamo tudi ostale stvari, ki so onesnažene. Gospa nas noče prestrašiti, vendar z nami podeliti pač nekaj njih razmišljanj in tudi to.
So we are surrounded by rather hostile things. I haven't even mentioned electrosmog. which comes at us from our mobile phones, our television sets, our microwave, if you are bad enough to use a microwave.
Torej, ni sploh omenila gospa elektrosmoga, torej onesnaženja, ki prihaja iz mobilnih telefonov, iz računalnikov, iz televizorjev in tudi, če ste tako nespametni, iz mikrovalovnih pečic.
And of course we can't see the electrosmoke, but that doesn't mean that it's not doing us any harm.
Mi ne moramo videti elektrosmoga, vendar to ne pomeni, da nam to ne škoduje.
And on top of it all, we have the food industry and we have the pharmaceutical industry, which between them are more powerful than all the governments in the world put together.
Torej, poleg tega imamo pa na vrhu, še po vrhu tega imamo pa še prehransko industrijo in farmacevtsko industrijo, ki sta skupaj bolj mogočni, bolj vplivni kot vse vlade na tem svetu skupaj.
And here we come up against what my more cynical friends call the cooperation between these two great industries, that the food industry makes us sick and the pharmaceutical industry fills us up with drugs.
In tukaj pridemo do neke vrste, ja, kot prijatelji od gospe Bishop rečejo, kooperacijo med sodelovanjem med prehransko industrijo, ki ljudi naredijo bolane, in farmacevtsko industrijo, ki jih potem zdravijo.
So here we are in a situation which we have to face and then we have to do something about it.
Torej, s to situacijo se moramo soočiti in nekaj v zvezi s tem tudi ukreniti.
We simply have to understand that under the capitalist system, human health is less important to these great two industries than profit. You know this, and I don't have to tell you.
Verjetno že veste, ne rabim poudarjati, da v kapitalističnem sistemu je človekovo zdravje veliko manj pomembno kot kapital.
So, what it means for all of us, and I'm happy to be in this beautiful store, congratulations, it's fantastic, that people are beginning to understand that they have to take responsibility for their own health and their own well-being, because the decision makers are not looking after us.
Moramo sami prevzeti odgovornost za naše zdravje in za naše dobro počutje, kajti tisti, ki odločajo o pomembnih stvarih, ne upoštevajo našega zdravja.
And I noticed that in Slovenia, just as much as in other countries, there are a lot of people who are beginning to sit up and say, this isn't the way it should be, and we should do something about it. And you belong to those people, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
Torej, spadate k ljudem, ki so se ozavestili, ki so vstali, ki se zavedajo, da morajo prevzeti odgovornost za svoje zdravje v svoje roke. Če temu ne bi bilo tako, potem vi danes ne bi bili tukaj.
I'm having a wonderful time.
Gospa se dobro počuti.
So, in order to be able to take responsibility for ourselves, the first thing, in my opinion, is to develop a very positive and healthy attitude to our own bodies.
Če želimo prevzeti odgovornost zase, je ena od prvih stvari, ki jih moramo storiti, da spremenimo odnos do našega lastnega telesa.
Because quite honestly, most of us, until something happens to wake us up, have a totally unsatisfactory relationship to our own bodies.
Večina nas, do trenutka, ko se nekaj resnega zgodi, ima nezadovoljiv odnos do lastnega telesa.
We regard it as a kind of flesh and blood taxi which we drive.
Smatramo ga, da je to taksi narejen iz mesa in krvi in ta taksi nas okoli vozi.
And so if something goes wrong with the taxi, we take it to the garage, which is the doctor, and the doctor these days is trained only to know what to prescribe for what symptom.
Torej, če se kaj s taksijem zgodi, ga peljemo v mehanično delavnico, torej k zdravniku, in zdravniki so trenirani, da nam predpišejo zdravilo za simptome, ki jih opazijo.
And I also use my body as my taxi and didn't listen to it. And if body was desperately tired, I just didn't take any notice of it, which I'm sure you all do at some time or another.
Torej, tudi jaz sem svoje telo uporabljala kot taksi, in ko mi je telo sporočilo, da je utrujeno, ponavadi tega nisem upoštevala, kot se verjetno dogaja marsikomu